So while we wait for a couple of minutes, I'm going to play you a video which will be helpful. It's a video of the MSc Opera, so just have a look at it, please. Yeah, so that was just a short video while we wait for the rest of the attendees to come on to this cruise webinar. I think we're going to give it a couple of more minutes, but thank you all for your patience, those who have joined in early and on time. We will start this presentation and take you through a beautiful segment of cruises. TBO has to bring this across to you. So just give us a couple of minutes. Kevin, can you hear me now, Kevin? Martin, should we go ahead and start? I think we've got people waiting for now 10 minutes, yeah?
Yes, Lendo, I think you can start now.
Right. So good afternoon, everybody. And with a short introduction, my name is Lyndon. I'm based out of Dubai with TBO and working with the team in Africa and all of you partners. Thank you so much for joining us on this presentation of cruises. TBO is the only company across the Middle East, North Africa region that can provide you an ongoing online engine that will allow you to book your cruises. It is a huge segment out of the market. Until such time, I think most of y'all who have sold a cruise or those who have not sold a cruise would have to do it offline by writing to a supplier somewhere and waiting for an answer. We are changing all of that. And with the opportunity of the first online cruise booking engine that is on TBO holidays, and what you can see on the screen is an opportunity for you all to get into the market very safely, quote a cruise, hold a cruise for up to 24 hours without any liability. So the key thing is we are enabling you to expand your markets, make more commissions because all our cruise packages are commissionable at 10% on the basic cruise fare. And these are available to your guests with all of the information you need. So I welcome the opportunity, Martin, Merrill, and Joan from the region who decided to have a webinar today. We are very happy to have you all join us and spare time to learn this exciting segment, and we are pleased to be able to bring one of the best cruise engines and portals to you. Now, during this presentation, we'd like to run a complete presentation because I'm sure you'll have questions, I'm sure you'll have doubts. We welcome all of those questions. Please do not hesitate. Any question asked helps the whole travel community, and this is what we do best at TBO is help you as the travel agent to get to your customer, sell him a product, make commissions, and then that flows down the line. So we bring in content, we bring in the right pricing, we bring in your assistance from our cruise members. We have a 4-member team based out of Gurgaon. Myself is based in Dubai, and you have Martin, Joan, and Merrill on the ground in Kenya. And I know we're going to get more team members there to help you sell exciting products, including cruise from the TBO portal. So I'm going to go into this presentation. Please put down all your questions in the chat. After the presentation, we will run through your questions. I hopefully will have answered most of your questions by showing you all of the do's and don'ts about cruising. But I would love to hear from you. What is your market? What is your customers? How do they respond to cruises? What do they look for? So that we can tailor our product and our marketing according to your customers, which will help you get a bigger market share. So very, very importantly, the first thing you do in the morning is you sign into the TBO Holidays portal. You have a cruise tab. You click on the cruise tab and you will now see this screen, which is the cruise platform. This cruise platform is got multi-products portfolios under this platform. It is all live information, including the rates, including the booking facility. It has everything on a last minute basis, like you would use an Air GDS, like probably Amadeus or Galileo, or whatever you use that in that area. So this will bring you exact information. I'm going to show you where to get all that information. You can play with the system for a week or so and become one of the experts in cruising because all of your questions will be answered by this portal because we have backed it up with a lot of content. Once you have those questions from your guests, you will know where to go to get that information. And I'm going to run through this entire product with you, focusing on sailings in Europe, which is going to be the most sought after product for cruises from your region. If anybody wants to see something else, please do let me know. I will definitely show it to you after the presentation. But this is when you get into the TBO Holidays portal, sign in, click on the cruise tab. You are then brought to this portal. You're automatically acknowledged by the system that you're looking for a cruise. You will get this screen, which will help you to choose a cruise. So do not worry if you've never sold a cruise. And even if you are an expert at selling cruises, you will find this portal very versatile. It is going to be your go-to for everything that you need. You won't have to send emails. You won't have to wait for answers. You won't have to be delayed because Lyndon and his team are busy or something. You'll get 99% of your answers there. Beyond that, any of the subtleties that in needed, if you have a special request, if it is a group or whatever, yes, the team is available and myself to assist you very quickly with the information that you need. So once you get into this main portal, you come to the cruise. This is a very easy cruise search engine. We have all cruises, as you can see below the TBO Holidays logo. You can see all cruises, ocean cruises or river cruises. So we offer you the opportunity of any kind of guest, addressing any kind of guest. And on the right hand side, you see without doing any search, we have 14,000 itineraries with around 38,000 cruise sailings. That means there's a huge inventory of sailings. There's a huge inventory of the kind of pricing that you look for, and you can sell it from this portal. A very simple way to guide you. It is a pick and choose portal. You don't have to really learn everything, but when you use the system more and more, you find out exactly where the information is and how to bring in the right information to your customer. So on the left hand side, we have destinations and rivers, and we can choose where we want to sell. For the purposes of this demonstration, like I said, you can choose the Mediterranean, and I'm going to choose the Mediterranean to give you insight into what the portal can do. So you can either do the drop down or you can just type over here Mediterranean. When you start typing, you will see you have a choice of Mediterranean. You can focus it even further by looking at either the Western, the Eastern, or the Central Mediterranean. So let's take the Mediterranean, for example, and you'll see the screen is now cleaning up at the back end to bring you information that you would like. You can further use the sailing dates. So one of the important thing is with this cruise portal, you can choose to sell cruises right up to March, April 2024, almost a year in advance. We are going to look at sailings in the summer, which is going to be the peak when people travel to Europe. And I'm going to choose something in a date range. So you can choose a date range from, say, June until the end of July. It takes a 2 month date range. You could also choose and select a length of stay, but not necessarily. Those who are selling cruises do know what exactly that they want, which cruise line. You could bring down the whole list of cruise lines, and we have over 18 cruise lines operating during June 1st and July 31st, 2023 in the Mediterranean. Everything from your luxury Asmara Celebrity to the very regional Celestial Cruises, which is priced very well, and then Costa and the very fun ships of Disney, to MSC Norwegian, and then the French ship that is Ponant, Regent Seven Seas, Royal Caribbean, Silver Sea, which are the ultra luxury cruise and are the most expensive within the portfolio. So you have a choice. And like I said, when I opened up the portal, there were 13,000 sailings. Now, when I chose Mediterranean, we have 252 itineraries with 797 sailings. So you can imagine the amount of content is available, so you can always find a cruise for your customers. For the purposes of this, we're going to look at MSC Cruises. This is one of the most popular in the region. They have been placing their ships in Doha and they've become very popular after the World Cup. I understand that this is also what some of the guests in the region would require, so we're going to focus on that. The minute you choose MSC Cruises, you will see that the selection of ships is available. There is a range of almost 12 ships across in the Mediterranean, and you have a choice to choose from the very early Lyrica right up to the brand new World Europa, which is the new ship that is on the block during the winter sailings and was during the World Cup. So there are plenty of opportunities. All of these sail from different points, and I'm going to show you how you can look at it. Now, for example, we've chosen the Mediterranean, we've chosen the sailing dates, but you haven't chosen a ship and you do not know which ship to put your guests on. Very simply, you know your guests are going to arrive either into Rome or Barcelona or Marseille or Genoa or Livorno. You can look at the departure ports, and when we've chosen Mediterranean, you'll get the full list of departure ports from Alicante in Spain right up to Zadar in Croatia, for you to choose a point of embarkation. So based on what's the best airfare that you can find your guests, you can choose that departure point. For the purposes of this presentation, I'm going to focus on Barcelona, which is the most popular port. And I think there's lots of flight connections via Emirates and Qatar Airways and Turkish Airlines into Barcelona, which you could sell from your region. So we will just choose Barcelona. And then you will see the number of ships that are available are 4 ships from Barcelona. If I remove Barcelona, you will see that you can get a full list of almost 10 or 12 ships. But the minute I choose Barcelona, you will get only the 4 ships that sail. So this system intelligently cleans up the information and brings you what you require. So you don't have to hesitate. You don't have to worry as to which ship is there. Should I call somebody? Should I find out? No, you come to the portal, you choose the Mediterranean, you choose the sailing dates, choose the departure port, and then the system will bring back only what sailings are available during that period on those ships for the you chose. If you do not choose a cruise line, for example, and I only chose the Mediterranean for Barcelona, you will now see all of the selection of cruises that are operating in the Mediterranean during that time. And then when I go and choose, for example, Costa, you will see all of the Costa ships that are going to operate, and there are only 2 ships in comparison to MSC for Barcelona. So this is what the system does for you. It will bring you information that's relevant. Now, I don't want to choose even a ship. I just want to see what's available from Barcelona. So we will hit search, and this will bring you to the first step of finding the right cruise for your customers. You don't have to worry if you made an error. You need to just go back. You can go to modify your search. You will get the tab back again. Or on the left hand side, you can again filter your search with all of the fine filters. So initially, when you're getting used to the system, what I suggest is just use the destination, just use the dates, and use the departure port, because this is the basic information most of you will have for quoting a cruise fare, and that will bring you all the information. As you get used to the system, as you get better with the system, as you understand how it works, you can start putting more of the filters to choose exactly what you want. If you know which is the cruise line and which is the ship you want, you can even just put that directly and go and search for that particular cruise line. Now, while I've chosen the Mediterranean for July, with MSC Cruises from Barcelona. The first opportunity that is brought up is from June 2nd. We have the 7 nights Western Mediterranean World Europa. I'm going to spend some time on this page so that you can understand all of the information, what to find, what does it mean, and how to navigate this entire portal. After that, you can play with the system yourself. Remember, it's a live system. So even if you make a booking, please put correct names. You can try a test and hold names. The bookings will be held for 24 hours. My team will connect with you so you will get an idea and the feel of all of the backend service that they will give you. And you can then also automatically it will get cancelled. But please use real names in the system. It's a live GDS. So you have the 7 nights Western Mediterranean and the World Europa. You also have the code for this particular sailing. You know where it is starting from. It is a round trip Barcelona to Barcelona. Wherever there are icons, wherever there is any information, if you bring your cursor to that, you will get a description for it. You can even see a 360-degree virtual tour similar to the video that I played earlier for you, and you can show to you where it is available again. You also find the lowest rates. So this is when you have a customer who calls you and says, can you give me some rates for June? I just want to know what is the budget. You can just go and search for the Mediterranean, bring up something like this, and tell them it's going to cost you $789 per person. So you can see the starting or lowest prices. Now, I'm telling you that the inside is 789. These are always per person rate. You can see here on the June 2nd, it is 829. But on June 16th is the 789 sailing. So this is where the system will tell you which are the sailings that are cheaper. People go off to Europe, they spend more than 7 nights in Europe. They spend 10, 12 nights. They go and stay with family, they go and meet friends, or they also take a cruise. So this is an opportunity for you to be able to get a lower price sailing and just adjust the rest of their European itinerary accordingly so that you are still saving them money. $100 difference from 899, $110 difference to 789. You could be one of those, and you can see on June 2nd, the outsides are selling at a lower price. It is in a green dotted box. You can also click on all the sailings and have a look because we asked for June and July, and you will get this entire detail over here. So these prices are always per person. Inside, outside balcony suites, similar to the hospitality industry. What you are seeing here is a cabin which has got no views. That is an inside, that's a startup price. Cabins with an outside view has a window to look outside at the ocean. Those are outsides. Balconies are real balconies where you can sit down, have a meal, have a drink, and watch the ocean, which is very, very interesting when you're sailing because it's an empty horizon and you just see the ocean outside. And the suites, of course, are the top end suites where you would get bigger cabins, better amenities in the toiletries, a larger place, and maybe, vanity case and a place as a walk in closet. So, this is the pricing for a 7 nights per person. You can stay in an inside, put your guests in inside for $829. You could also put them in a suite for $2,000 per person for 7 nights. This is the complete price for 7 nights, and the taxes are 140 per person. Now, what does one get with this kind of basic payment? Remember, cruises are always full board. That means you get breakfast, you get lunch, you get high tea, you get dinner. Beyond that, there is a buffet which runs for 22 hours a day. Guests can choose if they want to go and have a nice sit down meal, they can go to the main dining hall, they can sit down in the main dining hall when they can dress up and have a China service. But if they're not used to and they want to just go and relax and pick up their own food, they can go across to the buffet which is available, take the buffet and use everything that is on the buffet to have a nice meal during breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So there is always an option for a guest to be relaxed. The buffet is on the top deck, which is next to the pool side, and your guests can be as relaxed or as busy that they want while they're on the cruise ship. So all meals are always included on our cruises. So it's 7 days a week you get full board. Then you also have during meal times, you could get soft drinks, you could get water, tea, coffee, ice by the glass during the buffet, or you can have it poured for you. Any alcoholic beverages can be called and ordered for. They will pay extra for that. So on a cruise with the basic price, you get your cabin accommodation from port to port for 7 days. You get toiletries, which are included always with an ensuite service. You will get towels like a hotel service. Yeah, they will change the towels every time they're dirty or every day. You get house cleaning included in that. You get all your meals. You get theater entertainment. You will get all use of the facilities across the ship. You can go to the gym for free. You can use the running track for free. You can go and use the swimming pools, the jacuzzis, the whirlpools, the hot tubs across the ship. The kids can use the kids stations or the kids areas which are dedicated with dedicated counselors for free. All of that is included in this price. So it is such fantastic value in comparison to hotels where you pay for everything that you would ask for, and here you get all of it included on a cruise. The satisfaction rate of guests going on a cruise is almost 99% because there's always something to do. There's some entertainment happening. There are theater shows. There is something happening on the main deck. There's dancing lessons, cooking lessons. There's, a variety of programs in the pool. So during the whole day, there's an opportunity for your guests to have a good time and really enjoy their entire cruise vacation. So this is where the value for money comes in terms of pricing. What your guests only pay for extra is They pay for internet, they pay for shore excursions, and they pay for laundry services that they may use. And if they do not buy an alcoholic beverage package, they would be paying for their alcoholic beverage package as they would buy their drinks. So, like it's like going to any bar. If they order a coffee, they order a beer or whiskey, the wait staff will tell them exactly what the price is. They can swipe their cabin card, and their cabin card takes care of the billing to their room. So the guest does not have to carry any of their money. They don't have to carry credit cards. They don't have to carry anything. Their cabin card is used across the ship for purchases to identify them. It is also used for them to go off the ship during a shore excursion when the ship reaches the next port. So, this is an idea that I'm giving you of how to sell the cruise so that your guests know exactly what is included, what is not included. If you have doubts after this webinar, you can always reach out and we can send it to you in writing. Now, coming back to what you see on the screen, you can see all of the pricing, you can see all of the information, but there is something more that you need to know as a travel consultant to be able to assist your guests. If you bring your cursor across to the map or to this image, for example, with the word Europe, and you click on this, it will pop up with a new screen and you get the complete day-to-day itinerary. So you can see the ship departs from Barcelona on day one and then arrives back in Barcelona on day eight. This is the complete itinerary, and the timings of how long it stays in the port for each day is given over here. And that shows you that when a guest takes a cruise, on a cruise, they can go from Barcelona, they arrive into Marseille, they have the whole day to go and see Marseille. When they go to Genoa, they have the whole day to go out and see Genoa. The same with Naples, Messina, Valletta, and then there is a day at sea. Day seven is at sea, where the guests can enjoy themselves. The casino will be open for 24 hours and they can enjoy their entire day at sea on the ship. The various bars will be open, the casino will be open because you're on high seas. They can use the kids' clubs, the pools, and have a great time before they end their cruise in Barcelona. So, this is the itinerary. You can share the itinerary to your guests. So, our portal not only brings you very quickly to look for rates, it also helps you quote those rates to your customer without having to type everything down. Now, think of the time you save. By the time you've spoken to a customer, you get distracted with another walk in customer or a phone call. While you have spoken to a customer, you need 2 more minutes to share the itinerary and give him the information you need. And I'm going to show you how a quick quotation can be done too. On this other tab, you can see sailing dates and you can see all of the pricing and you will be able to see all of the information over here. Now, look very interestingly, on June 2nd, you have two little icons. You have a wine glass or a cocktail glass and free internet. Now, this tells you that with this pricing, your guests will receive drink specials. That means there is a basic drink package, alcoholic package, which includes everything, including tea, coffees, and all alcoholic drinks for each drink up to a value of five, unlimited during the entire cruise. And they will have internet. So the free internet has a certain number of minutes. There's usually 150 minutes free given to them for the entire duration of the cruise. So this is included in the pricing and that is giving you fantastic value. So you can get on board, you get full board, plus you have a drink special. So they can order unlimited drinks, whiskeys, wines, cognacs, whatever juices, any kind of tea, coffee that they would like up to a value of €5 is available unlimited when they purchase this particular package and also 150 minutes of internet time free. So you see the sailing dates, you can see the pricing. At some places, there is no pricing for the outside. That means all outsides are sold out and only balconies are available. The very interesting cruise tab is the cruise info tab. While I was showing you earlier, this is the video for this particular sailing, and you can watch this. I'm going to leave you to watch this on your own. You can play the video, and for every single itinerary or every single ship, We have a video. This is a fantastic new ship. It's a massive ship for 6,000 people. So please go in and watch the video. Below this, you can see all of the information that you need to give your guests. And like I said to you, you do not have to hesitate even if you're a newbie to cruising. We tell you exactly what the cruise looks like. We have a video. We have all of the highlights here. We know what is the dining, the bars, the lounges, the onboard activities. If a guest says, I've got kids, we've got all the details of the kids' facilities. What are the outdoor facilities near the poolside? If there is a wellness program, it's all given right here, and you can get all of this. Now, another area to make you very strong in how you present it to your customers is the policies. Under the policy tab, you will see the cancellation policy is very important because cruise lines can be very strict with their cancellation. Gratuities information. This is a tip that is mandatory to be given for all of the cleaning of your cabins, the wait staff, and all of the staff that help you during the cruise and your guests. This is a cost per night that is paid on board the cruise ship. So if you're looking at the Mediterranean, there is an additional cost of 12 euros per person per night for to be paid for all the wait staff. This goes as their tips and towards their payment of salaries for people who help your guests on board. So that information is there. The pregnancy policy, the minor accompaniment policy, baby care on MSC starts from 1 to 3 years old. It is for free, and then the parents can always bring all the necessities for the baby, and they can be taken care of in during the daytime. During the night time until 11 o'clock, if the parents want to be going off to a discotheque or going off to the casino, sitting back and enjoying a little free time, there is also babysitting available for the little ones. You have a mini club from 3 to 6 years, juniors, young club, and a teenagers club. So all of this is included in the price. On most sailings of MSC, they don't even charge for the children. You only pay for the port taxes. Only the parents pay for the cost of the cruise. Depending on the sailing popularity, they may charge for children, especially during summer. The services vary by ship. All of that information that you need is given here. You can pick it up and look at it. Again, to recap on the first page, once you do a search, you put in the destination. For those who came in late on this webinar, you can choose by destination. You choose a sailing range of period of dates. You can choose a range of a month or 2 months. You can choose a cruise line, but if you don't know, you will know the departure port you want your guests to take a cruise. You can pick it up from the drop down, or you can put in the crew name and you can find it. For the purposes we are doing Europe, so I'm going to put Barcelona. You type BA, it will bring up a port. You click on that. You click on search. You get the entire listing, the World Europa, all of the sailing dates, all of the icons that were applied, the freebies like the drinks and the internet special, and the taxes on the right hand side. And if you click on this image, you will get into a pop-up where you see the other sailing dates, you see the cruise information, and you see the policies. I'm going to go further into the cruise information because I want you all to do your own marketing. And I'm going to show you how you can download this video from the ellipsis. You can click on the ellipsis and download the video and send it on WhatsApp. We also have a gallery of information. There are various images of all across the ship of the various bars, of the pool sides, of the main walk around open area, the boulevard, of the dining, and all of the information there. The fitness gym or the theater, the entire area and the outdoors, what is available in terms of certain specialty restaurants, and you can see it all here, the kids clubs, and all of this information and the bars, you can click and collect all of this by just downloading, right click, copy paste this image, send it to your customers on WhatsApp or Instagram, and put a small note saying starting from $700, book your cruises. So we are putting you in charge of your marketing, in charge of what you need. It's all on the portal. You can also see an interactive deck plan. I'm going to spend a little time here so that for those who are selling cruises the first time, you can choose the right cabin for your guests. You have a legend on what is available. From these icons, one can see whether there is a jacuzzi, or there is a third and fourth bed, or there is a sofa bed. And on the right hand side, we are now showing you the top deck, which is the yacht club deck, and has all the facilities for those guests who stay at the top end of the suite. But you can drop down here and have a look at, for example, deck 14. And you will see now on the right hand side or on the left hand side all those differently colored cabins in which your guests will stay. You have category codes of ISIROS, and the ones in pink you can very well understand these are the internal cabins or inside cabins. So there is no view from that cabin. It is meant for those who are on a budget and want a nice holiday and a startup, need a place to sleep, they want to be on the ship. You can give an inside cabin. And then you have the VL2s, which are the larger balcony cabins, and they're on the left hand side and right hand side. Whereas the PR, PV, and the BR also balcony cabins, but that could take up to four guests or five guests if given here. And then you have the BAs. The BAs are the top end in the center of the ship, and you can see these are cabins which are differently colored, and you can see all of the stairway, where the elevators are, where are the rest cabins, and at the back of the ship, you can see 14 to 8, 7 in orange, which are the suites, the SL and the FXT suites, which take up to around 4 to 5 guests. So that information, the deck legends, all of this is here. This is an interactive deck. You can now go and see deck 10, for example, and you see the layout is different for deck 10. On this, you may just have one suite at the back, but you have a lot more interiors and you have a lot more outside cabins. These cabins that are showing up in blue are the outside cabins. That means there is no balcony, but there is just a porthole. So you can decide exactly what price ranges your customers want and give them the exact cabin that they require. Deck plans, staterooms, and all of this information can be pulled out, right click, copy it, and send it to your guests. Every single suite, every single balcony, we've got an image, a representative image. We also have all of the information which you can just copy and paste. We even have a 360-degree virtual tour, so please have a look at it. And wherever it's available, you can see it. You can pick up the information, on which decks you're booking your customers for a deluxe balcony. You can tell them how big it is going to be. You can tell them that there's a closet, there's a bathroom, it has an interactive TV, telephone, and safe, and you can see where it is also located on the decks by looking at a PR1 in green, by going across to the deck plans and checking where these cabins are. You can have the outsides and the insides again color coded, and you can then match it on the deck plan, and you know which deck you're going to sell your customers. So this is a very interactive system, and I'm spending more time on this page because you're going to do a lot more quotes when customers want. You're going to know all the information you want to give them. And within a few clicks of choosing the destination, the price range, and picking up the right cruise, you can give all of this information to your customer. I'm going to move ahead and show you how we assist you with quick quotation. So for example, I'm going to choose, let's take a sailing somewhere in July 28th. On the right hand side, you have a book button. These prices are starting prices. If you want to know the definite price, I would suggest you click book. And the system now will return back to you a hold at the bottom of the screen. At the bottom of my screen, you can see it's processing the request for a 7 nights 1059, the lowest price for a Western Mediterranean on World Europa, July 28th. And on here, you can see a share to your clipboard. You can also generate a PDF. This will download a PDF to your computer with all of the starting prices and all of this information that you see, including on the left hand side, the date that you selected, what are the specials, and the itinerary. So you don't have to even spend half an hour. Just in 2 minutes, you could generate a PDF from here and send it to your customers saying, You asked me for a quotation. We discussed about this. Here is a quotation that you can take back home, discuss it with the wife, discuss it with your partners, with the kids, and then come back to me and tell me if this is what you want. So we make it easier for you to use our system, quote, and bring the customer quickly back to you so that you can lock him in with the payments. Now, again, of the information that I showed you earlier is also here, all of the sailing dates, the policies, because we are looking at MSC World Europa. All of the terms and conditions are there. So please go through this, use the system a couple of times, and you will be finding it very easy to quote. Now, while we move forward, if you don't want to move forward, you can stop here, generate a PDF, and then close the screen because you've done a quotation very quickly to your customers. Or you can click book. The minute you click book, the system now pops up a window where you can decide how many guests are traveling. You have a single person, you can make that one. If you have a family of three, you can make it three. So, or if you can have four, it takes a maximum, most cabins take a maximum of four people. And I will, for the purpose of this demonstration, will take two people and give you a quotation. If you have three people, you can take a quotation for three people. Now we want some general ages. Guest one, guest two is always considered as an adult. And say for the guest three, we have a child. A child rate could be cheaper if they're below 12 years and could be more expensive if they are between the age of 12 and 18. Now remember, children are always considered as up to the age of 18 for cruises. However, pricing can vary from sailing to sailing. Now we are choosing the number of guests. You just put in some fictitious ages for the moment and then click on continue. You can then drop down from here, and for example your guest is from Kenya or from Uganda, you can choose their guest residency. This is important, and you click continue. Now we want the guest residency, not their nationality at the moment, and you can then click continue. We'll always show you special rates, so ignore this and just click on continue, and the system is now going live. As I told you before, this is a live GDS. It will show you whatever is the last minute availability. And the system now has gone in and said, all right, you chose for two adults and one child. We don't have insides are sold out for the Western Mediterranean. Here is whatever you want. You can now look at an outside, or you can look at a balcony or a suite, and you have all of that information. So spending a little more time on this screen now, you can see that if you would like to add a markup for your own costs, and also remember our rates are commissionable, but if you think you want to charge a service fee, please feel free. You can add up a fixed value like $10, $20, what you think, or you can add a percentage, and that will add a percentage to the program when it is going to give you the final rates. Now, you can put the markup here and then start going forward towards doing your pricing. We are looking at outsides for a VLA, which is an infinite ocean view area, very unique to MSC. They've got these large window cabins where they don't have a balcony, but there's an open view of the sea. And that's fantastic because that's what you go for, to see the lovely seaside. And then you can sit out here in your cabin and order a drink or use the mini bar. And the information is given here. Now we have two types of rates. You can see you have a best deal rate, and that has just the basic Oria experience. And I have a rate which is all in plus. So this particular sailing of July 28 has an all in plus, means they have a drinks package included and some kind of special offer, like they may give you a freebie for a shore excursion, they will give a 20% off, or they may have some specialty meals that could be included. And all of that information is right at your fingertips when you are looking at this particular fare code. If you're looking at a balcony, you will see several balconies. Like I showed you the color coding earlier, you can go back to the deck plan and check, and I will show you how to choose cabins. The balcony is a partial view balcony. That could be something covering the view. They're available on deck 15 and 16. They have a best deal and all in plus. They have a BR2. Again, they have a best deal all in plus, and that goes on for all of the cabins. The price keeps going higher. Like I told you, the BR4 and the BA, which is in the center of the ship, has the best views that will be sold at the highest price under the best deal or under the all-in plus at almost $5,000 per person plus taxes. So here you can see all of the information. We're choosing for three people. You know the average pricing is 11445 per person with $140, and the total price for the cabin is 4337 plus $420. Now, as we are looking at this balcony with a partial view, here is the price button on the right hand side, and you will create your breakdown of the pricing. So you will see what is the code you're buying, the PAX 1, PAX 2, and PAX 3. It is $1,749 for the first two. The third person was a child below 12. So you see there's a charge, but it is a third person discount at $839. The taxes are $140 for each person. The total is 4757. Now here is where you make the real money on 1749 plus 1749 and 839 for a total of $4,400. You make a straight 10%. That is $400 on selling this cruise. So the more time you spend on my system, the more you reach out to us, the more you check what your guests are, the more you use all of the gallery information, the videos to promote yourself as a cruise expert. With one cruise, you can make more than selling 10 tickets. So I urge you to look at this opportunity and use the system with last minute availability and no liability to you for 24 hours to block cabins and sell it to your customers effectively. So this is the pricing that you get, and you will see that you have to make the payments. For example, we are looking at 28 of July, and then the first payment is due by February 22nd. You have around 24 hours to come back to us. We can increase the time because we're choosing July. It's only around 4 months away. And at the cancellation policies, we tell you what actually happens. And then the due date is also for the full amount by then. So depending on the cruise, depending on the availability, excuse me, we can give you the payment schedule, and we can help you get your customers on board so that you are able to block a cruise, pay a deposit initially, and then a week later collect all the money and also keep and retain your commissions. Now we have a cut and pay system, and I'm going to move forward so you can see how the booking process is. You can retain your commissions and send it to us. I'm going to book a best deal. We click on book now. And as we move forward, the system now is going to search for balcony cabins and bring up whatever is available. The system works on a very simple internet exchange, so you don't have to really have high speed or whatever. You can get all of the information, pick up what you want from the start, and you find that now we are looking at on the left hand side, Barcelona to Barcelona, July 28th, 7 nights for two adults and a child, searching for a deluxe balcony with partial view. We have a best deal, and the rooms and cabins that are available are given to you right here. On the right hand side, you can see the cabin plan. And as you see here, the red dots that are flashing are the cabins that are now available. So if you are trying to book two cabins, I'm going to show you a little trick that will help you. This system allows you to book only one cabin at a time. So if you're looking at another deck and you want to look at deck 15, in case your guest says, no, I'd like to stay on deck 15, you can click on this and you will now see the cabin has changed to deck 15. These are the cabins that are available, and you can see the red dots over here. If you're booking two families, two people, and you want to book 15087 and 15091, all you have to do is make a note of the cabin numbers. 15087 and 15091 are the closest to each other. Go up here in the results, deluxe balcony, right click, and then open this link in the new tab. So you will be brought to the same page in the new tab. You go and book 15087 over here. I'm going to show you how you do it. You right click and open in a new tab. The new tab is come back to the same place. And if you see, you can go to the balcony and then pick up again a book now. So you don't have to search from there. You can make a note of 15087 and then book this cabin. Go to the other tab, again search for book now and go and book the next cabin that you saw earlier, which you made a note of. So you can get both cabins for your guests. The system now is booking this cabin over here, and you can see immediately top left hand corner, two adults, one child, deluxe balcony with a partial view. Cabin number 15087 has been held. It is going to hold it for 15 minutes, and you can get all of your answers over here in terms of the booking. If you want to hold it for more than 15 minutes, you can just drop this down and say yes, and it will bring in another 15 minutes. So you have time to fill up all of your guest details. This is the last part of my presentation. We are holding a two adults and a child, a deluxe balcony, 15087. This is when the cruise leaves. You can get the day-to-day itinerary over here. It all drops down exactly like the quotation you sent them earlier. The pricing is given here, when it's expected, and then you bring down and put in the correct names. These are mandatory fields. This is required by the cruise line. You must put the nationality, you must put in some of the details, and you can then put passenger two and passenger three, which is a child, which we started with, and then you can hit hold. This will send this booking with all of the correct details. Remember, the details are required because book a cruise, it's like issuing a ticket. The names are to be correct, and all of the information flows to immigration with the passport numbers once the guest has done their check-in, so that your guests don't have to travel with all of their documents. Once they get on the ship, they have the cabin card, they can go for the shore excursions, they can go out and enjoy themselves right through the cruise. So here is the versatility of our system. It took me 45 minutes to explain to you all of it, but it is only 2 or 3 clicks. So I would urge you to go and use our system. I'm not going to put a balcony cabin on hold. It is holding on my screen, and after 15 minutes, it will expire off the screen. If I fill up details here, I can move to hold, or I can send a quote. Because if you don't want to hold, if you don't want to book until you just want to send a customer quote, you can send them a quote for this, or you can put it on hold. That gives you the opportunity to ensure that your booking is on hold, your pricing is locked in, and you can tell your customer, I'm holding it for 24 hours. You can decide with the family, come back to me, give me the deposit, and you're locked in, so that you can push them to close the booking quickly rather than waiting to send emails, waiting for responses, which take more than a day to come back. We are giving you a live tool. We've got our team on the ground. You have Martin, you have Meryl, you have Joan on your areas. You can reach out to them, they can support you. You can reach out to the cruise team and get your answers quickly, but you can hold a booking without any liability and push your customers and say, I'm holding it for 24 hours without liability. If you want this pricing, you want this particular cabin, show me the money, and then you can finalize the booking with us, put the money on the wallet, and then we will then voucher it for you with the help of the cruise team that will assist you through the whole process. The minute you put a booking on hold, you are going to get a system messaging which will tell you what documents are required, how long is the hold, and what is the net amount you have to pay us in dollars according to what is on the portal and what you book. Also, the itinerary will come to you. You could also go to your booking queues. I'm on my booking queues now, but when you sign in from TBO and get into the cruise portal, if you click on the booking queues, you would be able to see all of the bookings that you have made, and you can search for them as you would have seen in your booking results at the back end like this. I've got a booking that has been confirmed by an agent for the Costa Cruises. It shows that it is being held or it's been confirmed. You will have the same facility on your booking queues. So do not hesitate to please use the system. Do not hesitate to reach out to Martin and the team and tell us what you think of it. We are now going to move in and take questions. So please put in your questions. If you put in there, we're going to go through this. So thank you very much for joining us. There are over 50 participants. Really appreciate the time you've put in to join us to learn about this excellent segment that can make in more money for you and bring you the opportunity of selling cruises simply and easily and putting you in charge as an expert on cruises. All of the information is there. Plus, you've got backup from the team and myself and others in TBO. So, great. Let's go to some questions. If there's anything, Martin, you want to take this call?
Yes, Lindo, thank you so much for such an informative session. We do have a
Thank you
few
so much.
questions.
Yeah.
I'll quickly point out the ones that have been put on chat. And as I do so, if any of our guests have any questions, please put them in the chat box. The first two that I have seen were, number one, you mentioned that there's a 22 hours a day buffet. You need to clarify on
Correct.
that. And then
Yes.
probably you
So,
can, yeah, please go ahead.
yes. So there's one thing about cruises, you will always get food. So there is the buffet which runs continuously for breakfast. They will change at meal times. Usually it is closed for 1 hour for cleaning and renewing it. So there's breakfast that is held from 7 to 10. Then lunch starts from say around 11, 11:30. So there is again food for lunch. They will close down during tea time. There is pizzas, finger sandwiches, and muffins and different types of breads that guests can have tea, coffee with. During that time, after that, they will shut down again for an hour or two, and then they'll start the dinner service from 7 o'clock. So the buffet is literally 22 hours a day. They close only for cleaning, and then you can go anytime and eat. Uh, Go twice if your guests want. So that is really, really available. So that is correct for most cruise lines. There's a between at least 18 to 22 hours is when the buffet is always available. Now your guests have the opportunity to go leisurely to the buffet anytime they want during the entire cruise. What they can also do is there is a main dining that is assigned for meals, lunch and dinner. So during lunch and dinner, they could go there. They need to dress up. You don't have to be smartly dressed, maybe a jacket, leather shoes. The ladies get to dress up for the evening. You get a sit down China service where you have an assigned table. A waiter will take care of you. You will be ordering from a set menu. You will have a choice of three-course meals. You can order your wine and your drinks and enjoy a nice, fine China service like a five-star restaurant. On land, you get that every single lunch or dinner time. Your guests can choose go up to the buffet or go to the main dining. So I hope that answered the question. What's the next one, Martin?
Yeah, thank you so much, Lindo. The next question is, where do we see the inclusions and exclusions on the portal? This has actually come up a number of times. Please clarify.
Right. Yeah, so at the moment, the system is not showing all the inclusions, exclusions. I can send you a cheat sheet, which generally is available for most cruise lines. We are working towards having that inclusion put onto the system, and we hope it's a tech area. So I need help from all the techies at TBO. So that is in the pipeline and should be available sometime soon. But I can send you the general ones for Costa and MSC, the more popular cruises, and then while you're doing your quotation and you need help, we can send you the exclusions, but we can definitely give it to you in advance so you have a clearer idea of what.
Thank you, Lindo. The other question is, are we able to see the company logo in the quotation?
For the moment, we can't do that. Again, another technical area. We started right after pandemic. What we thought was bring a nice, lovely let our agency
Le-
partners be able to browse content, let them be able to sell, then we'll get all the frills and fancy stuff and bells, whistles, and ribbons put in later on. So please bear with us. For the moment, it will give you a TBO holidays. what do you call, logo, but eventually you'll be able to put your own logos. But once you download the PDF, I can tell any one of you, it's simple. Use a snipping tool, remove the PDF, the requirements that you want from the PDF, and then send it to your customers with your logos or on your letterheads.
Thank you, Lyndon. The other question is, can we book add-ons like drinks package and excursions on
Yes.
specialty meals online?
Definitely, you can book those. Once you have the basic cruise, you can either request it through us, we will book it for you offline, or when the guest is doing their web check-in, that is after the booking is confirmed, fully paid for, there is an opportunity for feeding in all of the details, their passport numbers, their contact numbers, emergency contacts, and then customizing their cruise. At that time, they can book the drinks packages, the specialty meals, the kids fun pass, whatever that is available in particularly for their sailing can be booked. That is done at the web check-in or can be done while after the booking is confirmed. We can add all of this with a simple request to the cruise line team.
Excellent. The other question is the maximum time that you can hold a ticket. I believe there's the 15 minutes time when you're doing the booking, and then there's the time that you can hold before you can pay for the booking. Please clarify.
Yes, that is correct. That is correct. So on the screen, you can keep increasing the time for another 15 minutes because I know how busy your lives are as travel consultants in the front line. The phones are ringing, people are walking in, your colleagues are asking questions. So you can just click and increase the time till you complete it on the system. After you put a booking on hold, depending on what availability and how much in demand is that sailing, you could hold it for a minimum of 24 hours. So say at 12 o'clock today, you've held a cabin, it will be available till 12 o'clock tomorrow with no liability. You can either choose to just ignore it because your customer hasn't paid you, or you can choose to say, hey, guys, we want to take this on. Can you please extend the option and we will send you the payment proof? Then we will act on it because between the time you've put it on hold and you've seen the cues, we will respond back to you and say, this is when is your final option. This is what we need. How would you like to proceed? So you can choose whichever option is best for you and let us know, and then we will proceed. So it's up to 24 hours. If you're booking something for late next year, you may get more than 24 hours. You may get even 2 or 3 days to decide. Cruise lines will hold it depending on how much demand that they have.
Excellent. Thank you, Lyndon. The other question, two questions that are actually related. One from Susan is asking, can we make packages? And the next from Rose is, what about transfers? So please clarify on both transfers and whether we can do a package that includes everything.
Right. So, Susan, thank you. It's a great question, and I'm sure the rest of the community will benefit from it. So, the cruise itself is also a complete package because you get your accommodation, your meals, your entertainment. The ship, it's a destination, plus it goes to various destinations. We can then help you add on everything. As you know from Martin and the team, there is everything else available on TBO portal. You can go to the transfer side and book your transfers. That will be taken care of by the transfer team. If you want air, you can go to the air section and book air tickets, and that's taken by the air team. If you want shore excursion, you can include it by offline with the cruise team. We'll be happy to help you. So you can, yes, put all of your packages together by choosing the various options. At this moment, the cruise portal is a standalone cruise portal. It's our first year. We don't have all the frills. Like I said, we will then move slowly to offering you all of these with packages, but you can definitely build your packages by going through all of the other lines of business we have on TBO and selling it together. You will have the different team members who will deal with you from transfers to your insurance to your air. You can work with them and the team on the ground will assist you get about it. So I hope that solves your question out, Susan. And Rose also asked the same question, I think.
Thank you, Lyndon. Now, I'm going to go to another question from Rose, and another one that was up there that had been asked by Kennedy Olo. Now, Kennedy had asked, how do you obtain visa for multi-country cruise? And Rose is asking Rose is asking, is there a cruise visa that is required for European cruise with MSC, and how much is it?
Right. So yes, visas are always required like any other travel if you go on land or if you go, because remember, you have to fly your guests to Europe, right? They have to fly into Barcelona, they have to fly into Rome, or they have to fly into London, or they have to fly into Genoa, Marseille. So you need a visa to go into Europe. The basic for Europe is a multi-entry Schengen visa. So that is done separately. We do not have a visa service yet at TBO. You need to use the VFS or any other agency that helps you with visas, and you may be able to do the visas for your guests. And then you can then, once they know and they're confirmed of getting their visas, I would suggest start booking their cruise and their packaging across. So the general rule of thumb is if you're selling a cruise in the Caribbean, you need multi-entry US visas, and then you can get on a cruise from the US automatically. If you're selling a cruise for Alaska, you need multi-entry US, multi-entry Canadian visas, rule of thumb. If you're selling Europe, multi-entry Schengen visas, very important. If UK is there, then a multi-entry UK. If it's in the Middle East, for Dubai, we help out with visas because there is a special requirement of multi-entry cruise visas. Once the guest gets on a cruise from Dubai, we are at the tail end of the season. You can, the guests automatically get visas into Oman, into Qatar, into Saudi that can be applied while they're on the cruise ship. So the Middle East has made it easy. You can sell this for the next season or from now until the end of March, where we have some excellent sailings on Costa and MSC, really priced well. So visas is always the guest requirement, except for Dubai, where we help out. And then you can apply with VFS to do the multi-entry visas or whichever agency facilitates that in your region.
Thank you, Lyndon. The next question is, what cruise lines do Jamaica, and what's the major port of call?
Great question, Didan. So we've gone through the entire presentation. Now it's up to you to go back to the portal, choose the destination, find out the port that you want, and check out all of the information. We have enabling you. So there's plenty of tours into the Bahamas, into the Caribbean, into the British Virgin Isles. You can have a choice. So just use the portal, select the destination, or if you want Jamaica as a port, like I said, put Jamaica there, click on search, and whatever is available, you'll get a big drop down. Remember, there are not many cruises that may start but from Jamaica, but there may be many cruises that will go en route from Miami, from Fort Lauderdale, from Port Canaveral, or from other areas within Florida, or from New York.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Lyndon. Now, I believe the final question, the last but not least, is, do parks get access to all the entertainment activities for free? From Susan.
Yes, Susan, I think you possibly missed this. Yes, all inclusions mean you get food 24/7, 7 depending on the cruise. There's full board. You get theater entertainment. At least 2 different shows during the entire period are included. And there's entertainment for the kids. The whirlpools, the jacuzzis, the swimming pools are all available for free. The gyms is available for free. If you need to have some kind of specific classes like Pilates or yoga, then they pay for it. Or if they want to use any special services like internet or specialty meals, and they want to go for any theater entertainment that is paid for, then they would be getting that information in their cabin or on at the reception. They can pay for and buy those additional services. But yes, entertainment is free. The music lounges are free. The alcohol can be paid for if you choose an all-inclusive package. If they want to choose the basic best deal and pay for the alcohol as they go, that is also possible, not a problem. There's just a difference in cost. They could save by buying the all-inclusive fare rather than buying individual drinks.
Thank you,
I think
Lyndon.
there's
The
one more
final question
question.
from
Yeah.
Agnes, where she's asking about the hotels pre and post the cruise. And I think in relation to this, one agent had also asked, what time does one board the ship? And is it a process that takes a short time, or it takes the whole day? How does it go exactly?
So she's asking about hotels for pre and post cruise, I think.
Yes,
Uh,
correct.
that is something you can answer, Martin. We've got plenty of hotels, the largest portfolio, so you can book hotels from our portal and then tag it on as pre and post. Just look for the distance closer to the port. If it is in Barcelona, there are plenty of hotels in the Ramblas area that are very close, 15 minutes. It's around 15 or 10 minutes driving to the port. So you can pick up hotels from there. When the cruise is in port, if it's the second part of the question, there is no need for a hotel because your cabin is your hotel on the cruise ship. You dress up for the day, dress up for the day, go out, see the city, and come back at least an hour and a half before departure time, which is given to them at the itinerary. And also, when they get off the ship, they should know the ship would sail at 6 in the evening. It touches port at 8. They're free to go between 8 till 5 and be back on the ship at 5 o'clock in time for sailing to the next destination. I hope that answers the question, Martin.
Yes, it does. It does, Lyndon. I think we've covered most of the questions that we have been getting in the market. And I, on behalf of all the guests and my team, I want to say a very, very big thank you for coming in and covering this, taking your time to take us through. And I believe after this, we are going to see many more requests and many more bookings for cruises from this market.
It's a pleasure, Martin. Thank you and the team for all the work and all of you lovely people who have joined us and support TBO. There is only one way forward. We've had a tough time a couple of years ago. There is now plenty of opportunity, and TBO is your partner, whether it comes to hotels or cruises. You can count on our support, and we're looking forward to assist you. We hope to be able to reward you for all of your support. We are coming up with the biggest booker campaign very shortly during the Arabian travel market, and everything that you book will earn you rewards and points. So please look out for that. We are going to have some cruise prizes also. So that's another opportunity for you to spin the wheel and hopefully get into a free cruise as a benefit for working with TBO. So thank you so much for your time today. I hope I've been able to excite you about selling cruises. And please do not worry, the portal is available 24/7. Please play around with it. And like I said, only when you make a booking, please put proper names. Put your own names. Doesn't matter. The booking will expire after 24 hours. But do not put any false dummy names because it's a live system. And reach out to us. The team is available at ops.cruise. I'm going to put it in the chat, or Martin will also share it with you. And they are available for almost 12 to 14 hours a day, and they will respond to you. I have a nice little team that will answer all your questions offline on too. But I urge you to use the portal. The more you play with the portal, you'll find all of the information. Keep looking wherever the cursor allows you to click and see the content. And I think you will be an expert within 7 days. So thank you again, guys. Appreciate your help, Martin. Have a great evening and looking forward to all of the business that you can share with us.
Thank you, Lyndon. Thank you, everyone, for coming in. We will share this recording with you on email. And thanks again. Thank you, team. Asante sana.
Yeah. Yeah. Please give the ops.cruise always. That's very important. The team works from 9 o'clock in the morning right until 11 o'clock India time, so it covers your markets well. So there will be always somebody to respond back. You can CC me, but not necessarily. In case there is a special question, definitely just pass it on to me. Yep.
Excellent. Thank you, Lyndon.
All right. Cheers, guys. Have a great evening. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Bye-bye, Lyndon. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye. Asante sana.